I'm actually thinking about, I think we should do some headshots for ourselves. Come some Tuesday and kind of dress a little fancy and like take some cool shots.
Okay.
How fancy you want to get?
Like, I'm thinking like suits, 3-piece suits, even if we just rent them or whatever.
Zoot suit Ryan.
Yeah,
Ryan. Throw back a bottle of beer.
Like kind of like a lobster looking thing, you know?
Yeah, we
like
can
the
do that.
hats and just kind of like, I think it would be cool.
You guys should take some like that, but you should also take some avant-garde ones with raw bacon and just like lay it over your face. And you're like,
it's like they do that thing with the cheese. You just throw it at them. It's kind of
So
it
took me a second to actually hear what you said. I
what do you
thought
think
you
I
said raw bacon, but I'm like bacon without clothes on?
I'm always raw.
oh, brother.
I don't know if we want to do that.
That's for the padded room.
Who's our audience?
You're
Yeah.
like, maybe that's a Patreon exclusive or something.
That would be interesting.
This is PodcastNV.
Do we have any listener feedback?
We do have some listener feedback.
Yay. We love it when people listen and feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What we got?
So, dear PodcastNV, I loved your interview with Jeff Marriott. It's great that you guys have these patriots on your show helping veterans. Regards, Richard Sloan. He signed his last name as well.
Sweet.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Thanks,
great.
Richard. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
And
And actually, that interview was the first time we had somebody on the phone
Yeah,
live.
Also true.
that's
Yeah,
true.
That was pretty cool. And hats off to Bacon for making it all work because, you know.
Oh, I had this huge console available to me.
Well,
so.
you do have a mega desk
I
now.
do.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing back here. You could put your head up a butcher's ass, but you might as well just ask him, you know?
I'm no detective, but
That was good. That was good.
the second one we have, Dear Podcast NV. I recently checked out your YouTube channel. I had no idea that you had so many great clips on there. My favorites are Brian auditions for American Idol and the Notes app girl video from Beth.
Okay. The Notes app was the one about cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need, I need some cocaine. Do you have some? Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
6 lines, 7 lines, 8 lines, cocaine.
Yeah. They might find that at a Crystal Beach, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
you never know. I don't know.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Crystal Beach,
Yeah.
because we have a special guest tonight. We caught up with her because she's on the run. We can't wait to hear all about it. I can tell you that she's got an album coming out on May 4th, and you can catch her at the Pie Shop on the same day. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shelley Star.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Of course.
Please don't tell anyone I was here.
Well, I didn't even recognize you when
They're
you walked
after
in.
me. Yeah, this is my disguise. Last time I was here, I had my purple bob with the bangs. That's my real hair. This is a wig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I thought
it looks like a wig. I wasn't going to say anything. But
I know the edges are kind of messed up.
I thought Brian took it last time you were here. He was wearing his space pants and everything. I thought.
Oh yeah, I gave him
he
my
did that to
spare
match-
wig.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
Well, hopefully by the time this airs, everything you got going on will kind of clear itself up.
Here's hoping. It's been tumultuous to say the least.
ooh, that's a word of the day right there. Tumultuous.
Stormy seas.
So you were here last year, and many, many great things have happened to you since then. And I
That
was
is
wondering if
true.
maybe we could kind of go through and talk about some of the things that have been going on with you.
Yeah, let's do it. God. Yeah, it's all been kind of a blur. It's
Yeah.
basically like last May I was here, and then a year passed and a million things happened, and now I'm back. Driving here, I was like, yeah, what was all that? There's a lot of stuff happened. Yeah, I'm trying to think like some highlights. So yeah, we had our show at Jam and Java. That was awesome with Empress and the Gems and Argo and the Violet Queens. Then the show you guys came to at the Pocket, we did with Bryce Bowen and Shelby Morgan. That was so much fun. God, love them. It was so much fun to do like a pop show with all pop people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that scene is slowly starting to bubble more and more in the DC area. And it's just exciting to kind of be on the forefront of that. So that was a really fun show to do. Then let's see what happened in September. Did a bunch more shows. I feel like in September, Alan and I have been doing a lot of our moon landing shows, which is our acoustic project that we started. We've been playing a lot at Brian's showcases at the Big Buns in Boston and Shirlington. So that's been really fun. It's been a nice way to sort of get ourselves out there as our duo project, because it's hard to bring the full band with everybody every single time. So that's been a nice way to kind of keep our skills up. So we've been doing that a lot. Yeah, this February was kind of crazy. We played at Jam and Java with our first touring artist, JD. They're from Ohio, so Jam and Java asked us to play with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was kind of like a check off, like the list. I have, as you can probably imagine, a running list of stuff I'd like to do, and to get on somebody's list to be asked to open for someone who's coming through. That was a big one. So thank you, Jam and Java. God bless. So yeah, that was really cool. We dropped our single Diamond Sweat in October on Halloween, actually. The same night we did another Jam and Java show where I got to live out my Lady Gaga fantasy of I dressed up as the 2009's VMAs performance where she did Paparazzi, and her like heart bled on the stage and she fell and died, and I did that as well.
Nice.
So that was really, got to live that fantasy out loud, so that was really fun. God, what else? So many more things have happened. We dropped Diamond Sweat. We dropped Glass House last month, our second single from our new album. And that's been getting a really good reception. We got some people reaching out to us about possibly getting that on sync, which is another big goal of ours, to get our songs and like music like into TV shows and movies or whatever. So yeah, had some interest there. So that was like another sort of check off the list.
Yeah. Is that what sync is? It's like a service for that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sync, I guess, is just any time you get your original music on a TV show. And then it's like you can sort of, you get paid for that, or you get the royalties from that or whatever. And basically the most important thing is your music gets out there to millions and millions more fans than it would if you're just performing live or trying to, raise your Spotify numbers like one or two people at a time. It's sort of like a way to just get a bunch of people to see your music, and Shazam it.
Yeah.
Like you guys are talking on a past episode about how like sort of like the early 2000s, like shows like Grey's Anatomy or like the OC, like so many people that got sync on those shows. I mean, Grey's Anatomy specifically, I remember I was like, who is this Ingrid Michaelson? Like, oh my gosh, I have to know everything about her from just watching, emotional scenes of people dying and falling in love on Grey's Anatomy. So yeah, so that's been a big goal of ours, and that's sort of looming in the future. And then and then preparing this new album and the new show that's going to go along with it, because it's completely all new.
Oh,
Like all new choreo, all new costumes, all new songs. Like it's all fresh.
so you haven't performed any of it anywhere out yet?
We performed, well, the two singles that we have, we performed Diamond Sweat and Over the Moon, the two that we've dropped so far.
Okay.
Or sorry, what did I say?
Glass House.
Diamond Sweat and Glass House. Thank you.
Yep.
Those two that we've dropped, we have performed those. And then Over the Moon, we've performed. But that will only be coming out on the album. So we're psyched to drop that for the people soon.
Yeah.
May 4th.
May 4th. It's coming up quickly.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
We're already almost in
You're
the double
coming up
digits
quick.
here in April. So yeah, that's very soon.
Yeah. I'm sure I forgot a million things, but thank you for asking.
That was a nice highlight reel.
Everything that came to mind.
That was great. Thank you.
I'm going to be listening back and be like, oh, I should have said this. Oh, well, just ask me later.
Yeah.
So with all that going on, when did you have time to record this album?
Yeah, right.
We perform a lot on the weekends, and I teach dance during the week, and Alan and I don't have like day jobs during the week, so it's a lot of like weekday mornings.
Okay.
Weekday mornings, and then any times we can kind of get our musicians together in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
outside of everybody's gigs and jobs and everything. It's taken some doing, to answer your question.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I
like
bet.
it's been a little bit of a wrangle.
Yeah. So what studio?
We record at Trilogy in Burke.
Okay.
Alan has a membership there, so we're Trilogy diehards. We
you
love
go.
Trilogy. Shout out.
That's awesome. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
next time you guys are in the area, let me know, because I'm not far from there.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Yes, we will do. Yeah, we're trying to have a if we can get it finished in time. We're trying to have like a little album listening party on April 19th at Trilogy. We have not yet booked the space, so this is just sort of me talking at this
Sure.
point. But that's
Just
the
thinking out
goal.
loud, yeah.
A couple of weeks, just get everybody together, kind of get drinks, snacks, and have everybody just kind of listen to it before it comes out. That's the goal.
What
So,
does
I'll drop you an invite.
what does a membership at a studio involve?
Good question. You'd have to ask Alan, but
Okay.
it's very affordable and it's a great deal. I mean,
Is it
it's
like having a producer on retainer or
something like that. Yeah, it's like you get a certain amount of hours per month, and then kind of use them as much as you can. Or I'm not sure if they like roll over to the next month or whatever. But yeah, like I said, you have to ask Alan. But yeah, the Trilogy Studio is where we recorded most of the new album, so it's an upgrade from my basement, which is where we recorded the last album,
Which sounded
the majority.
great too. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, Alan and our producer, Chris, who lives in New York, and Astrid Silva Wolf, our other producer, they do magic on the mixing board to get all those basement recordings to sound as good as they did. So yeah, they're doing great work behind the scenes to get that result
Yeah.
from what we gave them.
And with all the new choreography and the new outfits and all this, are you also going to be doing some new merch or what?
Yes, that's the goal. So I'm glad you asked, actually. So I'm wearing a necklace from a local artist that I'm working with. Her name is Camp Wonderland on Instagram. You can check her out. She does custom like keychains, necklaces, bracelets, and her whole thing is like charms. So I don't know if you can see, but like this is all Crystal Beach themed charms. So like there's a star for Shelley Star. I think somewhere around here there's like a sea
octopus
monster. There's a knife. Trouble ahead. There's, little waves, little, like Planet Glam is somewhere around here. I forget what side it's all on. Yeah. So she's going to make some custom keychains for people to buy. We're doing a merch collab with her, but hopefully get some t-shirts and stuff as well. New stickers, etc.
Okay. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. But that'll be available on her website and then also at the show. She's going to be at the show selling the merch. Yeah,
Very
but I'm
cool.
excited. I love custom merch. I love working with like local artisans to get
Yeah.
exposure for them, and also we get a really cool product out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
One of a
How-
kind.
How challenging is it to get into a place like the Pie Shop for something like this? Because this is kind of a big deal, big event for you guys.
Yeah, we opened for the artist Verg, also with Bryce Bowen back a couple months back. I think it was a winter. I think January perhaps. Check the records. I don't remember. I think it was January.
Okay,
But
you
yeah,
don't
we
have to
were-
remember every single date and
like trying to
fact
flip
of
through
your
the
entire
catalog,
life.
and it's not.
It's okay.
It's just.
If
It's
you
just
asked me
us.
what I did yesterday, I'd have to actually look at my calendar.
That's
to
the
figure
thing.
It
It's
out.
like I remember 15 years ago better than I remember like what I had for breakfast.
Yep.
But anyway, so we played there with Verg and with Bryce, and we met all the staff, and everyone was super cool, and we got to meet all of them. So I think when I reached out, I was like, hey, we're doing this like big album release. It's going to be a big deal. Like we would love to book this place to do that
they're like,
at the
"Oh,
party.
we remember
and they're like,
you.
oh,
We
Shelley
love
Star.
you."
Yeah, they were very kind. Yeah, that was sort of the reception, because I reached out to a couple of places to kind of gauge like, hey, we kind of want to do it in the spring. We kind of want to do it around this date. Like who's available, kind of like who's available. And they got back to me first. And they were like, we'd love to do it. And I was like, great. I
Awesome.
love Pie Shop.
Yeah.
And have you guys been to Pie Shop in
No.
DC?
I've not.
No,
no.
I've seen a bunch of shows. I've seen,
Yeah.
I think, some stuff that you might have posted too.
Yeah, it's a wonderful venue. I mean, great pie, the fantastic pie. Artists get 2 slices when they perform there.
Ooh,
One sweet, one
nice.
savory. It's very good.
Wow.
But there's like a whole outer deck area. So I'm really hoping for good weather on May 4th, because I kind of want to decorate a little bit like the beach vibes, because it's like a wood deck and it's raised up a little bit. So like at some venues, like it's kind of enclosed and cramped, and while Pie Shop isn't a huge venue, there's sort of some area to kind of spill out. You can kind of feel like you can get some fresh air and come back in or whatever. There's just a nice flow at the Pie Shop. So I'm excited for it to be sort of boardwalky beach vibes, which makes sense with our new album, Crystal Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell
Beach
us
party.
tell us about the name Crystal Beach.
Yeah. Okay. So the album is called Crystal Beach. I wanted to name the album after like something that would inspire in people's minds, like something shiny and warm and fun and like pleasant and
like Valerian.
yeah, like kind of
beachy.
beautiful beach. Yeah, beautiful. Like the sand is made out of like diamonds, and there's just like beautiful purple waves, and just I feel like Crystal Beach sounded pretty to me. And then the song Diamond Sweat, I was kind of like, this lives in the same kind of world. Also, I've grown up in warm places, so I wanted to sort of have it be like vacation vibes, a little bit like chill beach vibes, and yeah, that's just sort of what inspired it. Kind of a little bit my childhood, and a little bit just wanting to amp up, because everybody loves going on vacation, right? So we wanted this album to sort of feel like you're going on vacation, but it's vacation on Planet Glam, which no one. I don't know. Have you guys been on vacation on Planet Glam?
Still haven't been invited.
Still waiting for the invite.
Still on the list.
Yeah.
Well, you all are always welcome on Planet Glam. I hope you know that.
That's good to know.
But yeah, Crystal Beach is the resort on Planet Glam. It's very, very upscale. My band, Shelley Star in the Galaxy, is one of the house bands there. So we've been playing there. We'll be playing there all summer. They had some trouble recently with some faulty wiring, so I'm not sure what's going on there. There was also like some like scary like murder that happened around that area. So they're still sort of checking into that. I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with it at Crystal Beach.
Yeah. But don't worry. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine, you guys.
Yes.
Everything is fine. I cannot stress that enough.
Yes,
and
of course.
everything is fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
So to each song on the album, does that kind of take us into, so when we listen to it, we're at the beach?
Yes.
And it kind of gives us that vibe?
Yes. So me and Alan, we were sort of talking about the flow of the album. We wanted it to sort of be like day to night.
Okay.
So when you go to the beach, every hour of the day of your beach day has a different feel to it, a different vibe to it. So it's like everybody first arrives at the beach. Our first song, Superstar, is very upbeat. It's very like, we're here to party. We're here to have fun. Everybody's here. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's having fun. No one's like gotten in a bad mood yet.
Right. Yeah.
Like this is like, we have the whole day ahead of it. It's going to be so much fun. Diamond Sweat, we're still in good spirits, but it's getting into like a little bit like, it's a little bit sensual. Like everybody's really dancing. We're a couple drinks in. We're like really having fun. We're starting to sweat a little bit. The sun is high in the sky.
I have to say, I love this song.
Thank you so much. This is
This is a jam.
Now, is this
so cool.
AX1000 on the synths?
This is AX1000 the synths. We got James Rocket shredding guitar as per usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris on the production. I'm so proud of how this song turned out.
This is really good.
We did this in one day. I wrote this song in the morning because I was at the pool. I wrote it at the pool. And I was like, I'm sweating. This is a fun idea. I wrote it. I sent it to Chris and Alan. They had this beat by, mid-afternoon. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Let's see if we can get James like in to do guitar on it. And I texted him. I was like, hey, we made this song like right now. Can you do like guitar like this evening at Trilogy? He was like, oh my God, yeah, I'm at work, but like, yes, I'll see you after work. And he just showed up and dropped like the sick guitar you hear on this track.
So cool.
And by the evening, and then, like some light mixing and mastering later, it was done. I mean, but we always say this song dropped in like one day. It was truly just like, it was like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. Nice.
It was really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, okay, so what's the next one on the album? Diamond Sweat. Is Glass House next?
Glass House is next, yeah.
I'm asking you. Michael Bacon, the expert in Crystal
Because I have
Beach
the
lore.
controls.
I love it.
DJ Sizzle.
Glass House is next. It's a little bit more chill vibes. We're getting the sun's down a little lower in the sky. We're sort of starting to feel like, oh, it's gonna be night soon. Okay, what's the plan? What's the vibe? And this song is, we always say at our shows when we play it, for legal reasons, it's a fantasy about killing your cheating boyfriend.
Oh my.
It's a fantasy.
Brian's face.
So this is kind of where the darkness
like
comes in.
The Key and Peele skit. When he's like, you murdered so-and-so in the back parking lot. No, I did not. And then he plays the tape and it's like, yeah, I murdered that fool in the back parking lot of the Texaco. It's like, okay.
Yep. And I'm like, no, definitely wasn't me. And I'm wearing like a knife charm on my necklace.
Yeah.
There it is.
It wasn't me.
You like tuck it under.
I'm on the run. I was framed. That's why I'm on the run.
Yeah.
But I was definitely framed for that. And it's a fantasy anyway. But yeah, so that's Glass House. That we just dropped that one a couple weeks ago. So I'm psyched about that. Beat by Tungsten Lungs, Chris Anderson. Singing by me.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, this is really good too.
Thank you so much. Like, this could be in the background of Love, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you doing any physical copies, CDs or
Oh
vinyls?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, another one of my big goals is to have one of our albums be on like pressed on vinyls. I wanted it for the last one, didn't happen. So much other stuff happened though, so I'm happy, but it didn't happen. It's never too late. I could still press it if I
Oh,
want.
of
I'll
course.
definitely buy one.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Whenever
Yeah,
this
this
comes
is
out.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Can
Thank
I
you
get-
so
I
much. You guys
want
will get the
one.
first 3 copies.
Hell
I'll
yeah.
put you down for the first
I
3.
have-
If I
Can
ever
I
make
have
them,
it
you're
au-
getting them.
Autograph.
Of course, yes, of course. I have a silver metallic Sharpie that I will use.
Love it.
And then I also have a black one because that one doesn't show up very well. So I'll
got
use
backups.
both.
So were you able to write any of this music while you were on Planet Glam, or did you?
Yeah,
mostly
most of
here?
it. Yeah, most of it I wrote on Planet Glam.
Okay.
But yeah, actually, Alan and I, we conceived of this thinking back to our time on Planet Glam. We were also there last summer, and we were writing it a little bit with our residency at the Crystal Beach, and we were like, we're having so much fun here at our residency at the Crystal Beach Resort and Lounge. We should write some songs about it. So we wrote some there. Yeah, and then during the year, we wrote a little bit in Alan's porch in Vienna,
Okay.
Vienna, Virginia.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little
nice.
here and there.
Yeah.
When we're not there, we're imagining we're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the next one? Is it Sea Monster?
We can do Sea Monster, or we can do Dark Matter.
Oh, Dark Matter. Do Dark Matter first.
All right.
Yeah, tell us about Dark Matter, because you did this with Bryce Bowen.
Yes, Bryce Bowen. So Bryce Bowen has entered the Shelley Star universe as a villain.
Oh.
So Bryce Bowen lives on a neighboring planet. This planet is called Planet Vanta. Vanta is the darkest black.
Okay.
So yeah, Bryce is a villain from Planet Vanta, and the song Dark Matter is sort of about our push and pull. He's the darkness, I'm the light. He's the bad, I'm the good, and we're having our constant struggle in yin and yang. And it's really fun. Some of our influences were like Bonnie Tyler and like 80s like power pop rock. And James Rocket also played guitar on this one. And I'm so thrilled with how this turned out. And we had a photo shoot, and it was all so much fun. And yeah, we're enemies, but we have such a respect for each
Why do
other.
you think he's so mean? What makes him your enemy?
He's got darkness in his heart, but I want him to be good. I want to bring him to the good side, but he's trying to take me to the dark side.
So did he reach out to you, or did you reach out to him? How did that
Like
build?
how did our paths cross?
Yeah, how did that happen?
So he found, let's see, we both met because we had ships passing in the night.
Okay.
And his
Classic.
ship was-
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's see. Yeah,
Spaceships,
we were
Brian.
spaceships passing in the night. His spaceship broke down, and I went to help him change his not
so nice
tire,
of you.
but one of the thrusters.
Yeah, the thrusting. Yeah.
And I got out, and it was a trap.
Oh
And he
no.
kidnapped
bastard.
me,
How
and then I
dare
was
he.
stuck on Planet Vanta for a while.
Oh my God.
And during all of this, I'm hiding from him. Everything's black. It's sort of like, have you guys ever seen those like black beaches in Iceland?
Yeah.
With the basalt columns. That's what Planet
Pictures,
Vanta
anyway.
looks like. It's
Yeah.
very bleak, very, very stark.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're having I'm running away from him on Planet Vanta. I'm trying to use my asteroid belt to help keep him at
Spread some
bay.
light. Yeah,
And he's sending his dark matter towards me, and I'm trying to deflect it the whole time.
You got to watch out for that dark matter.
It's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, you'll hear it in the song. It's really quite a push pull. Who knows who wins at the end? You'll have to find
can
out on
tell.
April 15th.
That's right.
He's just doing this to you.
Yep, exactly. He's going like this,
And you're
I'm
like-
going, please no.
You're like, mm-mm. No dark. Keep your dark matter in your pants. Just keep it over there.
Keep it over
Stay
there.
away from me.
What's that line? It's like, come to the dark side. We have cookies. That's Bryce.
Yeah.
That's Bryce. So yeah, we have a whole plan for because Bryce will be playing at our Pie Shop show, so we're gonna be able to sing this song live together
Very
at
cool.
the show. And since it's gonna be on May 4th, we have a plan to I ordered some lightsabers for us. So we're
Heck
going to have
yeah.
a big fight on the stage.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that'll
Very
be fun.
nice.
Now, is it going to be like the ones that fold out, or is this going to be the legit like beam, the solid?
You'll just have to come and find out. But yeah, it's going to be the kids ones. Just
I've gotten kicked out of a few
Shocking.
toy stores, drunk fighting with friends with those.
they're so much fun.
They are.
And they look pretty cool for like, a kid's toy. Actually, no, they're not a kid's toy. They're very real and they're very dangerous. So
Yes.
be
They
careful
can
when
be.
you
Yeah.
fight with those.
Yes.
Watch out for your eyeballs.
Take an arm off.
And you could also fight a sea monster with it, right?
You could also fight a sea monster with it. You could fight a dangerous sea monster with it. But be careful when you're around sea monsters because they're so easy to fall in love with too.
Oh, really?
Which is such a perfect segue to me into the next song on the album, Sea Monster, which is one of my favorite songs because it's just so unhinged. So this song is sort of a metaphor for falling in love with a toxic person, but it's literally about falling in love with a sea monster who wants to eat you. Produced by Silva Wolf, who produced Asteroid Belt and Space Disco Fever for us.
Take me away where their hands can't reach. Sea monster.
I might need you guys to help me produce some songs. This is really
Doors
good.
always open. Thank you so much.
I've always had the desire, like my songwriting is all over the place. I've always had a
And
desire to come up. Well, thank you. Come with different types of albums.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the first one that I put out is more like singer songwriter stuff, even though there's full band stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to put out more of like a rock album.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I desire to put out more of like an electronic music album.
Oh yeah, well boy do I have the producers for you.
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk.
We'll
then.
definitely have to talk. I would love to hear what that sounds like.
Yeah.
The Brian Johnson
Tim's heard
EDM
some
experience.
of it. He actually
Oh,
helped
yeah?
write some of it.
Yep.
No way. Is the writing very similar to your previous songs, or is it like you thought about it completely differently?
No, it's weird because when I do write, I don't necessarily write with the intention of it being a certain type of song or certain having a certain sound.
Yeah.
So it just kind of comes out the way that it comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just finds itself in whatever respective bucket
Sure.
of style of music.
Sure. You're going to write what you're going to write, and then you're like, okay, EDM box. Okay, singer-songwriter
Yep.
box. That's
Yep.
really cool.
It's not that I'm comparing myself at all to this individual, but what's his name? Benny Blanco, the producer and writer. He's
Yeah.
worked with a lot of artists. So he writes songs constantly, or has gone through phases of writing, innumerable songs.
Oh, yeah.
And they get picked up by, Justin Bieber, and they get picked up by Ed Sheeran, and they get picked up by all these other artists. And so that's kind of how I see some of my songwriting.
Yeah, you're
Like
writing across multiple genres.
Yeah.
It's
And
just able to
different
fall in.
voices and different, inflections and styles. But yeah, anyway, so I have a strong desire with probably half a dozen songs already written.
Nice.
That's like electronic dance music type stuff.
You've got
so.
your Crystal Beach locked and loaded.
Yeah.
You just need the producers. I love it. I love it. That's so cool. Well, I can't wait to hear it once it comes out. That's so cool.
There's another song on the album called Over the Moon.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about where that song came from.
Yes, Over the Moon. So Over the Moon is the first song that Alan and I wrote for this album, and we were kind of saying that this is now taking us to the night. We're now kind of in the night of the beach day, and it's kind of like some of the people are going home, the party's kind of over, and this song is just sort of like a sad love song about it's sort of an anti-love song. It's about sort of feeling let down or disappointed, and you're over the moon, you're sick of the stars,
But
you're
even
ready
with
to
that
give up.
explanation, there are no slow songs on this album, are there?
That's true. But I will say this song is in 6/8 because Alan was like, every song of ours is in 4/4. I'm forcing
Yeah.
you to do a 6/8, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, my
gotta-
brain's gonna explode, but fine.
As long as he's there to help figure it out, right?
Yes, exactly. I was like, count me in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2.
Okay, so this one is a little slow.
like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
I wanted to give you this world that I had, but your ego is fat
Now, do you harmonize with yourself, or do you have someone else harmonize with you?
It depends on the song. It's usually either I'll do a harmony with myself, or Alan will like melodyne it later to get that kind of more we call it like the Britney Spears vibe of just like stack. Or Alan will often do lower harmonies and stuff, and higher harmonies.
Because you guys
as
do
well.
that live. I know
Yeah,
that,
and Alan's so good at harmonizing among everything else that Alan is incredible at. So yeah, it's nice to have, like in Diamond Sweat, there's the call and response that we have, and Alan's harmonies on that are really cool in the chorus. I think I just love that, like it's sort of like B-52's like call and response ABBA with like the male and female vocal. I love how I feel like that's unique. I feel like you don't hear that a ton in pop these days. It's mostly like one person.
Yeah,
I like the juxtaposition of our
collaboration.
two voices. Yeah.
Very nice.
The vocals are spot on.
Yeah.
Thank you
they're
so much.
They're very good.
Thank you so much. I just love singing.
Yeah.
I love singing
I
so
can tell.
much.
I can tell. You know,
And every time I'm singing, like for a recording, I always think like, don't mess this up, because this is your legacy.
Yeah.
Like
This is gonna
you're
be
singing for your
played
future.
over and
Like
over again.
Yeah, right.
yeah. And it's like, yeah, if
It
I
can
mess
be
up.
remastered.
Right, but it can't be. Yeah, the take is
Can't
the
redo
take's
it,
the
though.
take. Yeah,
Yeah.
auto-tune can only do so much. So I'm like, I like to try to give them as much as they can, as much as I can for them to work with later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love singing so much.
Where
I love
are you
recording.
pulling these songs from?
I sent them all
The
to him.
secret archives. I'm realizing, 2 songs in, I'm like, wait a minute, if it's not out yet, where the hell is he pulling this from?
He's got
also-
access to
yeah,
the secret
I got the early
archive.
release.
Wow.
So, also SoundCloud too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a little secret SoundCloud link
Yeah. Secret
Ah,
SoundCloud.
that
okay.
Bacon has access to.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It is kind of fun to be able to do that, to like, because it doesn't cost you anything, right? To put it on SoundCloud.
Right.
And so you can do that, and it's kind of like secret. It's always right there until you're ready to blast it, to all the other sites.
And we're not like, there's not really much danger yet of people like leaking the album. Like no one really knows about us yet. So it's not going to get linked. It's not going to get leaked. So
It still
we're
makes
kinda
me feel special
careful with
being
it.
one of the few people that have listened to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so honored that you listened to it. Thank
Yeah,
you so much. You guys are some
absolutely.
of the first people outside of the band to hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when I first heard Diamond Sweat, I was like, this song is my shit right here. Because it kind of
I'm so
had,
glad.
it kind of had had an 80s kind of like,
Like
just
a Je
can't
ne
get
sais
enough.
quoi?
Just can't get enough.
Yeah.
I kind of
Yes.
heard that in the drums a little bit, and I was like, I love that about it. It was
I'm
great.
so glad. I wonder if I can find the voice note I made at the pool. Let me see. So the voice note that I sent to Chris and Alan, like before they made the like beat and everything behind it, was truly so. It was me. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god.
That's
So they're
awesome.
like bum 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 bum. That was like off the dome. I was like, and then you guys can do the rest with the music, but like the bum 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 bum, that's got to be in there.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Isn't that
the,
funny how that works out?
you can hear it.
There we go.
There it is right there.
Such a jam. This is such a good song.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, if I was just laying at the pool, not focusing on my book I was planning to read.
Yeah.
I was like, dun,
It
dun,
happens.
dun, 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 dun.
I could definitely hear that being played at a roller rink.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's yes. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Like
that
in
would
the
be
sing-
awesome.
Yeah.
Synchronous, like just going down in a circle.
Yes,
around the
doing
rink.
sort of like grapevine, like cool steps, cool like the gliding. Oh God, I wish I was good at roller skating, like the roller skating dancing.
That would be an interesting video concept.
Yeah.
Do it
Every time you
Maybe
play
I'll
a
try to
song,
learn.
I've got vivid images of something happening. Like
love it.
what was the planet that Bryce is on?
Oh, Planet Vanta, yes.
Vanta. I
Yeah.
imagine
Black
like
Sand Beach.
what is it? Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
yes.
How everything's CGI. I just imagine this big green screen thing of the camera circling around the two of you, and there's all this volatility happening around you.
Oh my God, we have to talk after this because I can't believe we don't have any visuals for anything yet, but we have
Oh,
so
I
many
can already
music
see
video
it.
ideas and just like nothing.
We
That
just
would be
need-
awesome.
We need lots of green screens.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yes.
figure out the
Yes.
rest.
Bacon, put that behind you.
Okay.
That's so funny you mentioned the Shark Boy and Lava Girl because I feel like that was one of our we had sort of a mood board for because we wrote this song together, me and Bryce and Alan, And Bryce approached the songwriting in such an interesting way that I had never tried before. And I think neither had Alan, where it was like, what does the music video look like? Before we even like put pen to paper at all, it was like, where are we? What
Interesting.
does the music video look like?
Yeah.
And we were talking about like, what are we wearing? What is the landscape like? And we were talking about Iceland.
Trying
and
to
we were
get
talking about
yourself
the
into
Black Sand Beach.
characters and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're like, okay, where are we? Okay, it's really dark. Okay, what are some like metaphors for that? What are some like sort of sciencey, spacey things we can put in? And yeah, it was just so cool approaching the songwriting like that. Like, what does it look like where we are? And then we start writing the words. It was just, it was cool. That was a cool idea that Bryce had, even though we're enemies. I love Bryce so much.
It's a love hate. Yeah.
It's a love hate. It's that push pull.
It's like for every force, there's an equal and opposite.
Exactly. It's the push pull. It's the push pull.
That's right.
So I think the only one we haven't talked about is Nuclear Meltdown.
Oh yeah. Nuclear Meltdown. That is the big bang at the end of everything.
Wait, you said it was at nighttime and there's a big bang at night?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big bang in the night, baby.
Dark matter everywhere.
It's Bryce's planet blowing up.
Oh, Jesus.
He's moving in.
He's riding a sea monster to come save you.
Yeah, so Nuclear Meltdown was a beat that Alan had sent me, and it just sounded so like apocalyptic and almost like it would be at the end of like some like a YA like movie come to life kind of vibes. And I was just like, this has to be called Nuclear Meltdown, and it has to be a nuclear meltdown, like end of the world apocalyptic stuff at the end of this like beach party album. Like, yeah, let's have a nuclear bomb at the end. Yeah. That's weird.
That's a wrap. It's over.
That's a wrap. And I always love, I think last time I was here, I talked about how much I love My Chemical Romance and like the Black Parade music video and all the imagery there. And I feel like that like stuck in my head of like, I love the big explosion at the end of Welcome to the Black Parade and all the like the black and white kind of confetti falls. And I'm imagining that in the song too. And when we were writing it, we're just kind of like, sort of like White Lotus also, we were kind of talking before we recorded, like White Lotus inspired this album a little bit too, of like there's the glitz and the glamour on the surface of this very ritzy, expensive hotel, and then beneath there's something simmering that's very sinister and dark and dangerous. So yeah, the idea is it's all kind of been bubbling and there's been pressure building this entire day. And it just explodes at the very end and then the ash is kind of falling. And that song, I think that song is very different from the others in the album. And I love that. I feel like there's a good range of different tones on the album.
Nice.
And you know what all that pressure does? It creates diamonds.
That is right.
Boom. Tied it all together for you.
Look at you, Becky.
Pressure got me shining bright.
That's right. I'm sweating diamonds here.
Ooh, it's now or never.
So you have been to her planet.
Damn it,
she
Bacon.
shared some pictures. I haven't been yet.
He's keeping it quiet because he didn't bring y'all to.
Yeah, I know.
It was an exclusive backstage pass.
Typical. Fucking typical.
That's messed up.
But yeah, Nuclear Meltdown, and then we snuck in one final song at the very end called Double Sunset. This song Alan wrote, and it's sort of like after the big blast, it's the aftermath of we're on the road, we're on the run, we're sort of looking at the aftermath of the big explosion behind us as the ash kind of falls. This is us like, well, guess we belong to the road now because we can't go back. Yeah. And it's kind of wistful and talking about that sort of feeling and experience to kind of close it out on a sweet and sad note.
Yeah. Bittersweet, if you will.
Bittersweet. Yeah, exactly.
So how long do you think it's going to take for all this to blow over?
God, I don't know. I hope soon. Because we're going to write the next album from the road if it doesn't clear up soon.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
It could be interesting. Country, maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, I like it.
Dirt and
Trade
glam.
your sea monster for a horse. I don't know.
Then we're getting into Chapel territory, Chaperone territory. I don't want to step on her toes.
Well, I was thinking
too much.
about what about the horses from Avatar? I was trying to think of what they were called, right? Like something like that.
I'm imagining what they look like, but I can't remember what they're called. But yes, the horses from Avatar. Yes, that's what we'll be riding into the sunset. The double sunset. Horsatars. No, you're right. It's Horsatars. That's definitely it.
Let's go with it.
He's
on a roll.
Speaking of Chapel, we had talked about Good Luck Babe a little bit on the last time I was here, and ever since then she's really blown up.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you're not wrong. Like, if not for you bringing her up in that episode, like you kicked it off for me. Like, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll give this a listen. And then I listened to more of it and I was like, this is pretty good.
So I'm still waiting for her thank you note in the mail because it's all
Yeah.
because of me, her big blow up.
Well,
Right,
she doesn't know.
exactly.
She doesn't know where to send it to because you're on the run.
That's so true. Oh my gosh.
What
It's
the
probably
hell?
got lost in the mail actually.
Yeah.
For real.
it's
No,
probably
you're
just
right.
sitting there waiting for you,
Yeah.
wherever you last were.
Yeah. As long as the nuclear explosion didn't ruin
Right.
it.
That is so true. It's like it's somewhere on Crystal Beach beneath all the burning rubble and it's just like half charred and it's like, dear Shelley Star, thank you so much for talking me up on PodcastNV.
You should have
I
just
owe you everything. Here's your cut.
just
Love
have,
Chapel.
have everything forwarded to the Trilogy Studio.
There we go.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
PO box at the Trilogy Studio. Yeah, exactly.
Another year membership.
Yeah.
There you go. I re-up from somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, but speaking of Chapel, the artist who made this necklace actually back in I think 2022 or 2023 made a necklace for Chapel that she's photographed in. So she wore one of
Get
the
out.
Camp Wonderland necklaces, which is really cool.
That's
is
awesome.
awesome.
Like kind of before she was as big as she is now. So
Yeah.
I feel this is my custom necklace from Camp Wonderland and also Camp Wonderland designed for Chapel. So I feel that makes me feel really cool.
Yeah.
So how do the necklaces work? Do they pick the charms for you? Do you pick the charms to have them put on?
Yeah, so it was like a custom design. So I was basically like I gave her all of the like
I like
sent-
octopuses,
Yeah.
starfish, and
And a
seashells.
knife.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
and a
I sent her
knife.
some of the songs and I was like, here's the vibe of the album and here's a couple songs and like, yeah, it would be cool if there's a knife on there. But the rest was her, her ideas and her charms that she had.
It'd be cool if it was also retractable.
Shing. That's my new width.
Yeah. We should get her to do one for Brian that instead of just like a charm or whatever, it's a mood ring.
There you
know,
go. There you
That way
go.
Bacon and I can look across and be like, oh, this is not a good time for this segment. All right, let's move to the next
You know
one.
what you're getting.
We don't need to look at Brian's face to know what he's thinking and feeling.
He's showing purple. That's not a good sign.
It turns red and starts smoking. You're like,
Uh-oh.
abort.
yeah.
Abort.
Or you look over and
Nuclear meltdown.
look over and it changes like orange. Just Brian, how's your stomach feeling? You okay? You need
Did
to
you have dairy?
you need to step out. What do you?
Quick, get him some bacon and eggs. Get him some protein.
Exactly.
He needs those breakfast meats.
Get him some jalapeno chips.
I don't think we need colors for that. We did an interview a few weeks ago, and my stomach just would not shut up the whole time. You can hear it in the microphone as far away as it was.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's so funny because
funny.
I would look over and Brian would be like,
He's sitting on a secret over there.
he just backs away.
Make it stop.
No. I hate when that happens. That honestly, like, I don't know what I ate, but last night we like went to H&R Block to like do our taxes, and I was like churning. Yeah, it was late, but yeah, I was like churning. I was like, stop it. It was just
Yeah.
like silent. She's like put in the info, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, get me the hell out of here.
Please-
Get me
please
back
type
to
louder.
Planet Glam, please,
Earth food.
please.
I need something more
I
celestial.
need my tax return so I can
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah,
Or
please.
she'd really
so I
be
can
on the run.
afford gas, not the kind I have.
Hey.
Anywho, we can all laugh about it. It's all good.
But yeah, so that's the album. Thank you guys so much for
awesome.
like asking
That's
about
awesome.
it.
We're excited about it.
Thank you so much.
And
I'm
then-
so excited
And then
too.
when you become famous, will you come back and visit us?
Of course.
When you and Chaperone collab
Yeah.
on the next big project,
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be the next project, our country collab. She's going country now.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, we're right behind her, I think. It'll
Beyonce
be really
set
fun.
the path, didn't
Well,
she?
these two aren't big country fans, so
Really?
I would be
You're not?
Shelley. I would be the only one interested in the country album.
Okay. So what is the closest you guys can get to country that
let's
you
be
like?
clear. Tim's a pop country fan.
Okay.
Okay. Tim likes everything that's on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like the more traditional, older country. Like
Dolly
Williams.
Parton?
I go back to Travis Tritt.
Really? What song?
It's a long way to Richmond,
Oh yeah.
rolling north on 95. Right?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, run.
Good pull. Okay.
His Instagram is actually really interesting.
Oh boy.
If you look it up, he definitely
Lordy.
was big then and still is a big name, but he's one of those guys. It's almost like watching the male version of Britney Spears just being like set free. Right? You know? He's just like
Just
does
unleashed.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, love that. I'll have to
It's
check
very
that
interesting.
out.
I don't know. I like older country. I like the, more of the twangy stuff.
Yeah. Well, you like Johnny Cash?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because Johnny Cash is country. It's also kind of folk and it's also
Right.
kind of rock.
It kind of is an
blues.
intersection of a couple of things that multiple people like, not just the one.
So I guess you could say that you were country when country wasn't cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I can appreciate it more
Yeah.
than I can appreciate
Right.
more modern pop country.
Okay. What else do you want to plug about the upcoming show and stuff? Do you want to just kind of run through that again?
Yeah,
Or
sure. Just like where it's going to be and everything.
how can people find you? How can,
Perfect.
all that
yeah,
stuff?
yeah,
What's your
absolutely.
Insta and such?
Yes. So, you guys can find info about the show on my Instagram. It's Shelley Star Official, SHELLEY Star Official. Just check the link tree. It's got tickets for all of our upcoming shows, including the Pie Shop album release show on May 4th, which is going to be huge. One of my big goals is to sell out a show. I've been close a couple times, but I would love for this album release to sell out. So please come and tell your friends. It's going to be awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then what about upcoming schedule for after May 4th?
After May 4th, we're doing the Garage, this festival called The Garage. It's in Boyd's, Maryland. It's this big, like, beautiful horse farm, and they're doing like a whole live music lineup the entire day. It's like this big festival. So we're playing that. I think that's May 21st, I believe. Yeah, what else? We're at Pie Shop again on June 19th with a touring artist called Raspberry Pie. Raspberry Pie at the Pie Shop.
Love it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Shelby Morgan's going to be there with us, and Mix Monday, who actually just did a show with Mix Monday and Ari Vox. We got a couple shows with Ari Vox coming up for her Cherry Blossoms tour, her Sad Girl Spring tour. We're going to be at Calypso's on April 26th, which is a free show in Reston, so come on out. Great Greek foods right on the water. It's going to be an awesome show.
Their patio is awesome.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Like, can't be Calypso's, especially in the summer. So yeah, that'll be us, Ari Vox, and Gigi Marie, another awesome local artist.
Cool.
Yeah, there's the next couple of shows coming up May and June.
Nice.
More to come past that, but I'll announce those as they come.
Absolutely. And I'll link your Instagram in the show notes.
Thank you so much.
That people will be able to get to that.
Cool.
And your
Yeah.
Spotify too, probably.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us again. It was great to have you here, Shelley.
Thank you.
Always welcome.
I had such a blast.
Anytime.
Thanks
Heck
for having
yeah.
me back.
Yes,
This was
of
so much
course.
fun. Always a treat to talk to you guys.
Yeah, it was great to catch up.
Brian.
Sing us home.
This podcast was produced and engineered by Michael Bacon in cooperation with Revelry Media Productions. Video provided by Brian Johnson, also known as Azure Vox. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest episodes. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at PodcastRNV and on TikTok at podcast.nv. Send us your thoughts over email at feedback@podcastnv.com. See you soon. What about you?
I love a good old-fashioned Haagen-Dazs chocolate.
Okay.
So good. Tasty.
With chunks?
Just chocolate. If there's like a chocolate chip in it, I hate that. Like
Really?
if there's like a shard of chocolate like in my ice cream, I love chocolate ice cream, but like if there's like a cold
Invasive
shard like poking me in the
obstacle.
gums, I'm furious.
Just give me the just let
Yeah,
it melt
I'm
on my
furious.
tongue so
Hold
I
her
can
back.
swallow it.
Yeah, I need a smooth ride when I'm eating my ice cream. No bumps.
All right. No dark matter in this.
No dark matter. Nope.
Well done.
This is Podcast NV.